Ladies and gentlemen, 2 letters, 1 word, Bugatti. Previously on Kimba TV. Still in short. All right, everybody good? Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost game time. And I think we made like 38 on the MEXC, and then like 70-ish on the Kraken. It's conceptually, it's the same thing. I'm gonna let the structure form. Golden pocket, swing high, swing low. Kimba box, top heavy. Higher high is the stop loss. How we doing? Uh-oh. How we doing? Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Who juicing? Who juicing? Well, what did we talk about? Do you remember what we talked about? Says we got wrecked. I don't know who got wrecked. We straight juicing. We straight juicing. I'm already up 125K. I hope everybody knows what the plan is. I don't think it's really that hard. You wait for open interest to help you out. You have the sweep. You go swing high, swing low. Look, let me show you all this.
It's over. Bitcoin is going to zero.
Look at those numbers, okay? Look at those numbers. Okay? Filled. I do the same shit every single time. See it? Filled. I do the same shit every single time. What's so hard? Are people top longing right now? We good, right? Everybody heard me say many times, hey, be careful at 37 because there's no resistance until 38. We pixeled to 38. Open interest got squeezed. Swing high, swing low, Fibonacci. Stop loss on higher high. So now we're going to make a lower low, and then I'm going to put my stop loss at break even. We do the same shit every single time. I hope it's not that difficult. I got to pay attention to this. So I'm going to close my limit that I have at 886, and I'm going to start to move my stop loss to break even. Good? So now it is a free roll. Now I'm just free rolling. But anyways, hopefully it makes sense. Like I said, we do the same shit every single time. Identify the level, wait, be patient. Yan Pro says, I lost everything, I'm done with crypto. I don't know how you're losing everything, Yan Pro. On my first short attempt from yesterday, I actually closed it in tiny profit. Then insta stopped out. Took like a 32K loss, I think, on the 37.2 or whatever, like the blind limits that I told you guys I had. But like now we're up 80. Ninjaville, OC Pet Doctor says, shorted too early, but it's okay. I'm okay with position. Nice. We talked about it for quite some time. If you remember, I said, be careful at 37. It has to sweep quick because there's no resistance until 38. I think there was at least 800 of you guys here when I said that at least twice. Yeah, if you tried it, it's okay, but I think it was really clear to everybody that if it didn't sweep really quickly and tuck right back in, that bitch was gonna go, right? We identify the levels. If you wanna put in blind limits, go for it, right? But after the 37.2, we talked about how there was really no resistance all the way to 38. So, I put blind limits at 37.2. No more blind limits after that. I showed you guys my order history. You see what I did, right? Golden pocket all the way to 886. Expansion says, I missed this one. Expansion, you've been here long enough. You know there's another one, okay? At least Coinbase looks like it's a good high. Yeah, but I would not be surprised if it tries to stop me out during Macaulay. So you already know what it is. Maury says, I missed you, bro, and missed this entry. That's okay if you missed it. Maury, but it's all about planning, okay? This is something that I had planned for a very, very long time, okay? Whether it's 36, whether it's 37, whether it's 38, okay? The biggest thing that I tried to tell you guys is I'm looking for open interest to dump when we squeeze up. That's my best go signal for the short. Okay? So what am I gonna do? The structure happened. It's the same as yesterday. The structure happened. I'm pulling the swing high, swing low, right? I know what Fibonacci levels I'm looking at. We could do this again. We could just single print and go. So I took it, I'm filled, but I still need to monitor and figure out what's gonna happen. That's a level of interest, that's a level of interest, that's a level of interest. It could bounce from any of those. Yeah, but if you've been here, I do the same shit every single time. I can't stress that enough. I do the same shit every single time, y'all. I identify the level, I wait for the structure, swing high, swing low, Kimba box. So, for the last 2 weeks, what did I say was the biggest indicator or the data that I'm gonna use to let me know that I can short? Do you remember? I said I want open interest to nuke when price pops up, and that's my biggest go ahead on the open interest. Correct, Jeezy. Yep, open interest. So tell me which ones. Doesn't this look very unique to all the other scam pumps that we had? We finally got a squeeze. Jeezy, you were here long enough for me to tell you, hey, you can take a 37 sweep short, but that fucker better sweep because there's no resistance all the way to 38. Do you remember that? So it's a combination of watching the open interest, understanding what your risk reward is. You should be able to know, okay, if 37 doesn't reject really quickly, we're gonna go to 38. Sure enough, we went to 38, okay? Jeezy, I had blind limits at 37.2. I got immediately stopped out. Okay, do you remember what my position was? Do you remember it was 50 Bitcoin, 25.25? And it was $120, $140 deviation. So on the 37.2, I got immediately filled, immediately stopped out, but it was for a tiny loss, okay? The structure never happened, so I never got to enter that short. Alrighty, what did we go to? We went to 38,000, structure formed, okay? And this is how I had it on MEXC. There you go. And I showed all this. So rewind and try to get caught up. James AP, thank you for the gifted-o. Woo! Math. Woo! 300. Ow! Yeah, damn. Single print. I'm gonna put my stop loss at like 150K. So worst case scenario, if this just starts to bounce and retrace, worst case, I take 150. Yeah, so I think you're only longing if you're hedging the short. But the execution is really up to you guys, okay? I think we can all see that that's a poor low, right? That's a poor low, that's a poor low, 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 poor low. So sooner or later, it's gonna come down here, you know? But could it swing all the way to golden pocket? Sure. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it is a little bit risky, but if you are in a long, there's nothing wrong with it. So the best part about being in a long or a short is that worst case scenario, it hits our unrealized profits. You know, we're risking unrealized profit. So that in and of itself is already, I think we're already winning, to be honest. Coke Zero, 33.8 hedge, you said, bro. No. Like this one. Because like this, look, so the way that I would see it is it's making higher lows. You know, and if this sweep was to stop out all of these longs, right, then the inval would be the swing high, swing low golden pocket. So I was saying Coke Zero that if the open interest, right, isn't red, if the open interest isn't red, if the open interest isn't favoring what we talked about and what I'm anticipating, then I can think about a hedge long right there. Because if this is the sweep, this would be the invalidation, right? So Kimba box, lower low, that could be a hedge long to the full rotation to like at least here, the golden pocket. So you could do dink, dink, dink before this. So just like throwing it out there, you know, but I don't have a long though, you know that, right? So I'm gonna just keep watching this. Cause I've seen so, and y'all have too, but I've seen this so many times that if it starts to do this, or it starts to do this, I know what I can look at to see if it's helping me or if it's going against me. So I'm gonna just make it hella easy for me right now and just keep it dead ass simple within these fib ranges. Jian Lu says, how should the open interest be in the 30 minutes to settle long? Okay, well, let's talk it out. Okay, if you're looking for a bullish retest, what's happening on a bullish retest? Like a bullish retest isn't shorts getting squeezed, it's people actually opening longs. If people are opening longs, if they're opening positions, what would open interest do? So if you want a bullish retest, if that's what you're looking for, then you want open interest going up as your price is going up. Okay, so if you longed and your thesis was I want a bullish retest, and you waited and you had patience, so so it is bouncing because you had more than just one confluence, right? But if you watch that bounce and it's just shorts getting squeezed, then that's not a bullish retest. So your thesis is now not working in your favor. If you have other things that you're basing your trade on, then you need to rely on that. But if you go in and you say, okay, I want a bullish retest and the price is going up, but the open interest is going down, that's not a bullish retest. Those are trapped shorts getting squeezed. So you have to be able to interpret it differently. Does that make sense? Jian Lu says, okay, I meant in this case to make an edge long. So bounce off the golden pocket and open interest green, right? So you're asking, what do I want to see on open interest if I long here? Correct. On this move up, open interest should be going up. Because if that's happening, then that means shorts got trapped, right? And they're getting squeezed, right? That's why they're closing. So yes, you're interpreting it correctly, Jian Lu. And then once you can kind of get the hang of that, there's two ways that you can sprinkle on more flavor to that, Jian Lu. The first thing that you do is you compare other exchanges, right? Binance versus Bybit, for example. That's usually the two key pivots, okay? The second thing that you can do is actually pay attention to how much open interest is going up or down. Okay, because then you can start to be like, okay, well, I can correctly identify that shorts are getting squeezed, but is there enough shorts getting squeezed? Is there enough shorts getting trapped? Let me take a look at the open interest delta and compare where we are from there to this point and roughly see if they all got squeezed and the price didn't move at all, or if nobody, like, there's still way more people to get squeezed. So first, being able to interpret the OI correctly. And then after that, you can start comparing the open interest between other exchanges. And then you can also start to compare the actual quantified open interest. You know, 570 million versus 600. etc., etc. And then once you're done with that, holler at me again, because then I want to talk to you about open interest divergence. Okay, we'll take it bit by bit though. I don't want to overwhelm you. James AP says, I have 3 letters, 1 word, the meaning of juice. What's TRB doing now? Beautiful. Yeah, so James, where's your first TP? Right off the bat, this is going to be interesting. Right? Do you have that, James? So you've got levels that you know, whether it's like support invalidation or resistance confirmation, it's game time now. So yeah, like the ride down to the golden pocket, you know, we can fuck around and, you know, listen to whatever. Once we get here, right? Once we get here, it's like, okay, it's go time. We got to pay attention. 55 minutes until Wall Street is closed. Yo says, Kimba, are you in the TRB trade? I am not, yo. Nope. I mean, I would be showing it if I was, brother. So that's the first thing. I would show you. Even if I was like getting wrecked, I always show. So if, yeah, I mean, nope, I'm not. And also, do you remember when we nerded out on TRB? I put my entry at 144.935. And remember when I put the alarm yesterday? My alarm didn't even go off. Look at that. My alarm didn't go. How can I edit this? How do we edit? Because this is from yesterday. I want to know how I can show you guys that I put this in yesterday. Isn't that goofy? I put that alert in yesterday. Live. Woo! Oh my God. Okay, Officer Ostrich. A lot of people were like, should we short here? Okay. My whole thing was, you know where the point of control is. Okay. So you could go this, but within a 15 or a 30 minute, maybe 1 hour candle, but I would really prefer a 30 minute, you better get right back down here. Because if you penetrate and you turn this into support like this, then we're going to probably make higher highs. So as long as this remains resistance, the short is okay. You know, but if you could like, because I mean, you could do this, but if it comes right back in, I'm okay. You could just go pop out to the 0.5, but if you hang out here a lot, that's not cool with me. I'm not cool with that. You know, that's cool. I don't, what's up? No. Come on. We got to make lower lows. What are we doing? And Tillum says ETH nasty. Okay, let's what's going on? Okay, so it's trying to do its sweep structure. Oh my God, it already happened. Bye. So who's in? Right? If you've been watching, whether you took those shorts with me or not, immediately we were like, dude, the open interest is ass. It's not helping us. So, and all of those eventually stopped us out. Whether you got stopped out on a higher high on a little L or you were able to squeeze it out at break even, whatever it was. You know, so if you're going to be looking for a long down there, Shane, and you're looking for stops to get hit, right? You might get a bounce, you might get a sweep structure, and you can certainly take it. But if the open interest isn't in your favor, Shane, most likely that motherfucker is going to round trip you, and you should be okay with that because that's what you're expecting anyways. You know, and if you're really going to be that butthurt, then you got to maximize profits and, you know, start shaving right behind 382, right? And so if you took shots on the shorts and you took small L's, That's how you juice back. That's how you extract value from what happened. So it really doesn't matter if you took a little tiny L's. Now you have a really good way of protecting any sort of capital that you might have unrealized on every single long attempt. And you also know what gives you more confidence when the open interest actually, like shows in your favor, And like that, I don't think that's really something crazy or like genius level thinking. That's just fucking remembering what happened, I feel like, right, Shano? So, but it definitely helps you, and I feel like it's absorbed differently than somebody that completely missed that whole thing this week, and then like joins us next week or something, right? It's just different. You understand it differently. So Guru says, do you think it's a good idea to open a short at 37,185 in golden pocket of pump and dump? So there's a couple of times that There's a couple of times that I talked about that throughout the day. So definitely make sure to rewatch the stream and see if there's anything that I missed telling you now that we covered earlier. But there's certain things that would be important for me. So Guru, things like, how long does it stay above point of control? There's resistance levels that shouldn't get turned into support. So Guru. So it doesn't really matter if it goes to golden pocket or the 75786, and I would actually be looking into that 75786, and I would make it top heavy. But it's not so much as about like if you should take it if it goes to that level. It's I think more about how long does it stay above that point of control. So do you see that TPO point of control, the volume point of control? It kind of overlaps. And so you really wouldn't want that to get turned into support. I was showing examples where you could go super high to like the 75786 on a 5-minute candle, but on the next one, you're right underneath the point of control again. That's bearish, even though it like wicked all the way up that high, right? So, and at the same token, you could have a fucker that just penetrates for like $50, but doesn't come back down and turns that POC into support. Then you're probably looking at a higher high. So that's not a bad level, but you're going to have to probably set an alert and watch the reaction as it goes up there. Oddly enough, so Guru, we closed S&P below the GEX flip. So if we open the markets tomorrow, and this is a big if because I don't know, but if the GEX flip for the 0-day tomorrow is also below the GEX flip, depending on where the biggest boo gamma is and whether the open interest is positive or negative, we're going to be able to anticipate if the short is good or not, just by looking at the boo gamma, in my opinion. Because for me, either S&P is going to gap fill or not. Look at S&P. So for me, it's just a matter of, are we going to gap fill, yes or no? Because if we're not going to gap fill and we would rather go there, Bitcoin's going to get pulled up with it. So for me, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to sleep, so Guru, and I'll probably scatter my stop losses starting around the golden pocket. Alrighty. If I was awake, I would have it behind the 0.5. But since I'm going to be going to sleep and going to dinner and all that kind of stuff, and like I'm not going to be able to watch it as much as I've been able to the last 10 hours with you guys, I'm going to start to shave it behind the 618. My goal would be to try to realize 150K, so Guru. So if I'm at dinner or I'm working out or I'm sleeping and my notification goes off from MEXC that I got stopped out, worst case, I know that I got like 150, 160. 150 with like the shittiest slippage, 160 if I don't get crazy slippage. Something like that. And then we can always reattempt. Roger that. Now, if for some reason I don't get stopped out, then I'm going to continue to hold this thing all the way through a full rotation for the full stop out. So it starts around 33.8. Okay, so for me, I get to do the I get to play risk reward with my unrealized profits. So I either get 150K, worst case, or best case, I get $1 million because we go to 32. And that's $5,000+ away on a 200 Bitcoin trade. So for me, it's still worth it from like a mathematical standpoint, and especially because I'm playing risk reward with unrealized instead of realized. So let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta get out of here. Here's the saddest part of the day. All right, I think I got everybody. All right, hey, you guys are the fucking best. Stay safe. Love you guys. I'll try to be on as early as I can. Boo Gamma, very important tomorrow. Market makers, I'm getting out of here. You know what it is. Hey, longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bears, bulls, we're all lions. Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss. Tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss.
Hacha!